and welcome back to my series on Minecraft Survival. As you've just seen, hopefully, a lot has changed. Um, yeah, there's a whole building gone, and there's now been some updates to this bridge here, and this is gonna take some getting used to having this huge gap here now, but we'll get to how we're gonna fix that later. Definitely not right now. Today, I want to focus on building an iron farm, and it's gonna go right there, back on that hill behind me, where you can kind of see maybe hopefully the strip logs back there that are outlining where it's gonna be. And we're gonna be using a design put out by aJackMinecraft, who designed this really beautiful looking iron farm. We're gonna make some slight tweaks to it, but otherwise we're gonna keep the design essentially the same as what they designed, and I love it. I saw it the first time I saw it, I was like, I have to have that, so we're gonna make it happen today. So I think we're just going to go ahead and start. I'm hoping I have enough strip logs to get me through all this. Maybe not, but we will try. We will try. And our goal is to hopefully get most of the framework done today. This video is probably going to be really choppy because it is like Father's Day weekend, and so I am like recording over multiple days over this week, and so it's gonna look a little bit strange, but I promise you, it's not gonna be the end of the world. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I promise. I promise. Let's see. So I think we should set our base level. Where should we set our base level? Probably. Gotta not hold the key down so hard. Oh, yep. My horrible parkouring skills are, or lack thereof, are definitely coming out to play today. So, I think this is slightly higher than I think I want it, so I'm going to take it back down a block. And I think that's right about where I want that there. So we're going to match that on this side. And one more right? I think so. I think that's correct. Right. They're the same height? Yes. Okay. Okay. So, above the water, 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we already have one up, so we can subtract that. And so we only have to go up 6, hopefully. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to get all the way back on this block, and then I did it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should put us high enough up that we should be lined up with those. We're one block off, but we'll fix that in a moment. Best way to do this is to... And of course I can't do it. Let's see if I can do the clutch again. No, okay. I cannot perform the clutch move. This is why I will never be invited to any sort of parkour events. I just can't do it. Ah! Alright, I give up. We're just going to temporarily tower up here. This is a terrible idea. This is it. No. Alright. We may actually do a bunch of terraforming to sort of redo this mountain area, because I have an idea for it, I think, to turn it into like a secondary like water reservoir and have it be the sort of deal where we're gonna pretend that Minecraft mimics real life right now. But anyway, I sort of grew up on a farm, and so one of the things we had was we had a large main pond slash, it's not big enough to be a lake, but it's a very large pond. And the thing about that pond is that it brought in water from like a stream, but it also filled up with water when we had heavy rain. And so my dad rigged up the system where excess water, once it hit a certain level, would be diverted from that pond to a separate pond, and then from that pond is how we would irrigate like crops and stuff. Actually, I kind of feel like I just need to put this in for now, so that way I have some sort of scaffolding to walk on. Some sort of scaffolding to walk on. My voice is not cooperating with me today a little bit. Sorry if I sound kind of garbled. I'm really trying to talk like in proper English, but yeah, today is apparently not the day where conversation is going to be happening readily. Alright. What is next? Get back to my inventory. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So, how does everybody feel about the fact that I tore out that building there? I'm curious to know, because this is like my very personal opinion, but I've had a lot of problems with that building since I built it. Like, from the front, it looks fine until you look at the roof, and I could not stand the roof. It bothered me immensely. So that was one of the reasons why it was like, I was itching to like do something about that building. But also the reason why the roof was so mucked up was because when I built it, I was just kind of going at it without like a clear vision in mind. So like the base framework, the foundation was like all over the place. Like things didn't line up logically. And so it was like, it just was one of those things that bothered me forever. And so I'm kind of glad to be rid of it because it was way too big. Like it took up way too much space there. And also, like, if you look on the mini map I have of, like, this main base area in my house, like, it just looks so ugly. So I think we're gonna replace it with some smaller buildings over there. Just haven't decided, like, what those smaller buildings are gonna be quite yet. We're probably gonna keep the villager breeder there. I just need to spruce it up and do something with it to make it look nice. I was thinking terraforming around that area a little bit to make it look more like a hill, and then insetting it to make it look like a hobbit hole, like with what I did with my house there. I'm thinking about doing that there to sort of tie in some of the themes around here, but I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Alright, let's see. What is next? My episodes are gonna be super building centric. Just because that's like the primary thing I like to do, so we'll do some adventuring stuff later on as soon as I feel like I'm more established and like getting done what I need done, because right now it feels like I don't have enough materials to like make a lot of the adventuring worth it, if that makes sense. Like for me, there's really no point in going to all the trouble to find an ocean monument when I don't have the potions right now where I would feel comfortable doing that, if that makes sense. And I don't really want to make too many trips to Nether right now because, again, I don't really feel comfortable being in there a whole lot. We will do more stuff with the Nether later on, and just not right now. Right now is not the best time for the Nether stuff. Once I feel a little bit like better about the materials I have here, we're going to try and focus on getting a Nether base properly set up. because right now I'm just kind of, I literally just have a cobblestone, I think it's a cobblestone, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's a cobblestone. Why can't I remember this stuff? A cobblestone hovel, and it's just not gonna, that's not gonna work long term. So we're gonna do something about that at some point. Just gotta love this water building, huh? This is just the greatest right now, isn't it? It's so good. I guess another thing you guys could let me know about, like, do you like the new bridge design? I left the underside mostly the same. I might tweak it a little bit later on, just because I think it looks a little bit plain right now. Like, the colors are all too similar. But I think I like what the top side is looking at. I guess the only problem is the spruce does kind of blend in with that building there, so it can be kind of hard to see. But I think it's okay. I think it works. Y'all are gonna get to see me wrangle some villagers this episode, which is probably going to be, you know, a fun time. Also, there may be an episode coming out soon that will not be Minecraft related, so if you're not interested in that, don't feel pressured to watch it. It's mostly just for my amusement. So, you know, if you want to watch it, please do. I always appreciate like people interacting with my videos, even if like they have no clue what's going on. Like, it would be nice to get some like fresh perspectives on certain things. But if you're not interested at all, don't like just you don't have to watch it. I don't feel like you have to. I'm the type of person that flips through a bunch of different, like, I have a bunch of different obsessions, and so this channel is going to display that very clearly. I really hope this looks good when it's done. I mean, it looks good in the video, and I'm sure it, like, its structure itself will look good once I'm finished with it. I just mean, like, will it look good here is, like, my question. I am definitely mildly concerned about how it might look. Also, if anybody has like ideas they want to share about like maybe what we can put in that area, and I'm thinking smaller buildings in that section, make it look sort of like a little strip along the beach. If anybody's been to a beach like that where they have like lots of little shops and food stores and stuff like right along the boardwalk. If you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody actually like is aware those things exist. There's one in New Jersey I went to like forever ago when I was visiting my aunt, but I can't remember like what it was, like what the place was called and where exactly it was. I just know that there was like it was on the beach and that there were like amusement park rides there as well. Basically, I want this section here to look like a little port town. I want it to look kind of touristy, like not so touristy that it's like, you know, that kind of touristy, but I want it to kind of look like it's a busy hub area for like business and stuff without it looking too modern. And we're going to go to the end here and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go across like this. We need to incorporate some more builds that use normal logs, because the windmill over there is an example of how to use normal unstripped logs and still have it look nice, and I feel like we need to continue that in some other places. Oh yeah, that's cute, I like that. Let's just call him Zombert. I hate this a lot. There's a creeper over there, that's not very helpful. That's not very helpful, is it? A zombie, anybody? Is there a zombie in there? A zombie? Is there a zombie anywhere? Is there a thing that would like to be called zombie? Come on, buddy. You should. Yes, there we go. He is in.
Oh, hello there!
Alright, Zombit, here's your name, and hopefully this is enough to get him up. Yes! Okay. Okay, we got him in. We got him in, ladies and gentlemen, we got him in. Back on. Hopefully that's enough to carry him up. Yes, alright. Let's go ahead and head up. Are you gonna go in there? Are you gonna want to go in there? There's a fancy ass bed for you. Right in there. Yeah, see, buddy? See, it's great. It's a great time. It's a great time. Please hang out. Please stay. I really mean it. Please do stay. I assure you that this will be quite exciting. Buddy, my man, sir, get back over here. Well, I guess you're gonna want to find over there. Oh, 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 oops, oops, sir, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, back that way. Oh, well, whoopsie daisy do. You got two rides today, my dude. I think the slight problem with this plan is they're gonna want to go out and wander around during the day, which again, slight problem. I guess the one good thing about this is that they can't get any. Whoops. Well, looks like I gotta go find you a friend, bud. None of you saw that. None of you saw that.
One eternity later.
Alright, so I'm back now. I did a little bit of work off camera, built up some walls there. Needs a teensy bit more work, but it looks pretty good right now. That sort of idea to put the sort of, I guess, barrier there of rocks came to me from actually a really, like, weirdly off-topic source. How do I explain this? So, in Hawaii, way back when, the Hawaiians had these things they called, or what we would call fish ponds, and basically on the shore they would build these like rock walls out in the water, and they had different shapes and different functions and different ways in which they worked. But basically when the tide came in and the fish came in with it, it would basically hold those fish in that pond, and as the tide receded, the fish would not be able to go back out with the water and were therefore stuck within these ponds. And so that allowed the native Hawaiians to basically collect fish without risk of going out into choppy waters on the coral reefs. And so that was kind of the inspiration behind this design here, with the rock wall sort of around this to section it off, just to sort of make it look like this is like a contained area instead of just like being a block.
Help me! Help me!
Randomly here for the iron golems to fall in.
Bruh.
But as you can see, it's clearly working. I had to do some work both on and off camera to spawn proof the area around the farm. If we want to do something with this area later on, we will have to find some creative ways to do a little bit of spawn proofing around the area. But I have, after a couple days of work, I have caught all the spots now, so it works perfectly fine without iron golems spawning in weird places. So that is good. And I guess actually we should go check on our yield. And it turns out I actually have an area that's really close to where the chests are, so I went ahead and dug back here. And so we're going to turn this room into a space where we can access this. And as you can see, it's been pretty darn efficient. It's been cranking out iron. I got a lot of poppies now, so I'm not going to be short of red dye anytime soon. I'm sure we can find some use for poppies. That's actually something I want to do. Probably like a poppy field, like they have in Europe, with like the big fields of the red poppies. I think that would be cool if we did that somewhere. I already have a lot of footage I have to edit, but I figure like I haven't done enough this episode, so let's do something that I may or may not decide to hate in a couple minutes. But let's break into here, and let's go ahead and light up the whole area before I get things spawning on me. And we're going to tear out this upper section because it's kind of just in the way at the moment. And I kind of hate that. So I think I'm just going to tear out this upper floor, fill in that, and call it a day. I think the next thing to do is to just tear out this floor. And I think we're also going to tear out the walls and sort of open this area up for something else that we can do here. This upper floor doesn't spawn that much anyway, so I don't think it's a huge loss, honestly. I think opening up this area will be a good idea ultimately, just because I feel like this isn't really serving any function. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know what we're going to use it for yet, but that's okay. We don't have to know yet what we're going to use it for. So that definitely helped open up this area a lot. Go ahead and take this out for the time being. Also take out all those slabs. I'm just going to go ahead and say that there's probably going to be many instances of something like this happening in the future. Just because there's a lot of things I built a long time ago that I am now rethinking. Now that I have more of a style in mind that I want to improve upon, and now that I've tried out different techniques, there's definitely things I think I prefer over things I did previously. So they were probably a lot of little things, well, maybe not so little in this case, but a lot of things like this where we tear things down and start over with something new, just because as much as I like the idea of sort of working with what you've already made and not destroying your old art just because you hate it. I also don't want to have to be stuck with a space that I really have no use for, or is taking up space from something that I think would fit better. So this is probably going to happen periodically. This was a big destruction day, definitely. Lots of changes made. Well, it's not even been a day, it's been a whole week of stuff I've been working on because I've been so busy. This video is going to be very late, by the way, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize for that. But it is what it is. The more content I do in a video, the more editing I have to do, so yeah. So yeah, now this space is really open, and it's really strange to see it this open now. It is genuinely, kind of weird. I am not used to this one bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and take out that. Was successful, I think. Now that we've opened up this area, I've been able to reclaim some materials, which is also a good thing. And now I have to figure out what I actually want to do with this space, which is a whole nother conundrum. But that is probably something that can wait for later. Oh, and of course you spawn here. Hi, buddy. I could use your eyes. Thank you. You only gave me one eye? Well, I guess you're stingy. But look at our map. Look how nice it looks now. Yeah. We're gonna have to come up with something creative for, oh, I didn't mean to do that. For this section of the bridge right here, because it obviously turns right there, and that doesn't look quite right. So I'm trying to think of a way we can smooth that out to make it look nicer. And I'm thinking of doing like a little, I'm not sure the right word for it, but like have this little pathway extend outward a little bit and have this rounded end with like lights and stuff on it, and make it sort of look like it's almost like a little seating area for like a nice restaurant on the beach or something. And then that way we could probably send a path out diagonally from that into here instead of trying to cut this path in here. And maybe that would help look it a little bit, make it look a little more natural. I think that's the strat there. So if like anybody has ideas they want to share for what they want to put in that area where we had the villager trading hall, like ideas for what you would have on like a beachfront with a I don't even know the word for it, I can't remember, but like a little like beachfront area where you would have some like businesses and stuff. Obviously like all the main shipping stuff is going to be coming in there, so maybe something not super touristy, but like a mix of touristy things and like business related things here. If you have any ideas for that, like feel free to like let me know in the comments. If you have like anything about the builds that you want to mention, feel free to do that as well. Look, oh my god, an Enderman is going to ruin my spawn rates with this. What are they doing? Here, let me fix this. I gotta fix this. Alright. Yeah, fixed. Alright, there we go. Anyways, if you do have any ideas for like things that can go in that area, or like have anything to mention about the build we just did, or maybe ideas for upcoming builds, like something you maybe want to see happen really soon, definitely let me know. I'm not always the best at like coming up with like episode ideas on the spot, and this one was like a huge undertaking to do, so I'm kind of at the point where it's like I don't know what to do now because I did so much in this episode. So just, you know, let me know, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say thank you for watching. I like really appreciate the support on these last few videos. It really means a lot to see people interacting and like enjoying what I've been doing, and so you know, just keep up the support, and I'll see you next episode.